So today I wanted to talk to you guys about Marvel Rivals Season 2 and 2.5. It's that time of the game where I start to do another review of how I feel about the current state of the game and where we're going to probably be heading in the future. The thing about the game right now, when it comes to in terms of where the game is, I would say it's completely different than what we're used to seeing. I feel like what we're used to seeing right now is just we're just astonished with how Marvel Rivals decided to introduce, team up abilities, character buffs, nerfs, you know, even I don't even know much about what's going on with this, but they even introduced a new tournament system. That's pretty fucking cool. Whether I know much about it or not, but I mean, for the people who do participate in the tournaments, congrats, man. And just new life improvements too for the game. It's insane. So starting off with the new team ups, right? Removing some of the old stuff, and tweaking some of the newer ones. Obviously the more obvious one for me, because I do play tank a lot, was the Magneto one with Scarlet Witch. I don't know how I feel about it, man, because for me it's giving Scarlet Witch an ability where she could summon a fucking AA gun is insanity to me. Insanity, dude. I genuinely don't believe we thought that was a good idea, but I would to prefer for a DPS to always be an anchor for the other roles. I feel we have a lot of DPS already, so to give a buff to a tank or to buff a support, I think that's way better than having one of the other roles be an anchor for the DPS. But and then again, I like the idea of that being added too. It's just I feel for Scarlet Witch to get buffed by Strange was kind of but I did love the idea of Scarlet Witch giving Magneto a buff, bro, because I felt sometimes, and even still in some cases, Magneto does need something else. I do like that increased his survivability and kind of buffed him in this season, but that's a story for a live stream. But taking away with what I've noticed with season 2 already, the specific changes that we got going on, with Penny Parker getting buff increase to her critical hit chance. Now she doesn't have much of a movement penalty also for shooting while she's walking. And Doctor Strange got buffed with his offensive, because he was weak in the very very beginning of season 2. He was a weak character. And then Captain America having such a huge survivability rate at the beginning to now it's somewhat decreasing in season 2.5. So now he's not as of a fucking problem on point when you're going into overtime. You need him off and he's still there being a mosquito in everyone's face. But I feel for this video, I wanted to talk more about how the community was responding lately for this season. I thought it was just garbage the way we handled it. The thing about this game, and I want people to realize, is and I hate using Overwatch as a comparison for this video and for this game, because sadly Overwatch is the only type of game that's somewhat related to this one in terms of many aspects. But look at Overwatch. In Overwatch, dude, I couldn't even play Doomfist in peace because I had Sombra who would fucking hack me out of my kit, make me forget how to throw a punch. I had Anna who would put me meanies on the job. I had Sigma who would just stone me to death like a fucking witch in the witch trials. And I had Orisa just being a fucking menace to society every time I went Doomfist, bro. The thing about Overwatch that I could vouch for this game at least is dude, if this is the only game where I feel every character is strong to a certain extent. If you know how to use your character, you can go far with him. but there's only so much you can do, right? Like, you have to learn everything. You have to learn positioning. You have to learn when to engage, when not to engage. Dude, I see tank players sometimes, even when I'm on tank, like, my other tank is just standing in the fucking middle getting shot at and then getting mad at the healers for not healing them. And it's like, bro, they're pumping you up more than me, and you're diving in front line like an idiot, bro. You, even though you're a tank, you still need to use cover, bro. Like, you need to wind down, and hopefully my healers in the comment section will vouch for me on this, and hopefully certain tanks that are out there are vouching for me too, that are like, no, bro, it's my job to absorb damage. Yeah, you idiot, but you're supposed to absorb damage and stay alive too. You can't just fucking be out there and receiving hits, bro. And that's like the problem with this game that I've noticed, is like everyone wants to blame each other. Everyone's at fault except themselves. Dude, if you want to main a character, like, take my advice for this. I have over 300 hours on Marvel Rivals. I could pump out more. It's just I'm so busy trying to balance work and everything like that I'm only really limited to the weekends. But dude, 300 plus hours, and I just recently got my first Lord on Wolverine. Bro, I don't play Wolverine all the time. That should kind of like show you guys, like, bro, I play a little bit of everybody because you somewhat have to. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. Would I like to play Wolverine all the time and be the best Wolverine ever? Of course. But I also have to understand that, like, people play differently. I'm never going to really have the same teammates. They're probably used to playing a little bit more passively. I have other teammates that are a little bit more aggressive. So sometimes my matchup with me being Wolverine will work out, and sometimes it won't. And that goes for every character in the game. Bro, like, I'm telling you right now, this community did not need this drama, bro. Like, be better. Don't carry that Overwatch shit into Marvel Rivals, bro. Let that shit stay in Overwatch. And let's learn from our mistakes on that game and bring it into this one. You see what I'm saying? Necro said some dumb shit recently, and everybody got mad at him, so everyone went on a healer strike. We do not need that. We do not need that. Did Necro say some dumbass shit? He did. But why is everyone going based off his fucking opinion? He's only one guy. There's millions and thousands of players who downloaded this game and enjoyed playing it. Okay? So, that's one thing I did want to cover about this video, was more so like how I reacted towards like the community and not towards like the game itself. I feel like the game itself is fine, man. Like, talking about season 2, the way the devs are handling it, like by reducing the time frame per each season now. So this is going to be the last season where a season is going to last like 3 months. So now they're going to reduce it starting with season 3, that each season is going to be 2 months long, with each month dropping a whole new character. So you can already assume with like a whole new character, that's going to lead to even more team up abilities, maybe tweaking some of the older ones too. But that's just meaning like you're going to have to stay adaptive at this point. You never know what the devs are going to throw out. Like, no one expected this motherfucker to make an appearance and start beaming people better than AI bots. It's insane to me, dude. But I want you to understand too, like, keep adapting. Learn new characters. Dude, if you guys are getting dogged on, just change. Stop with this whole ego shit. Everyone's going to have their own ego. You want to be number one of this. Dude, we get it. But sometimes you got to understand, is my character providing any benefits for the team? Or am I just being fucking dead weight? So, guys, please understand the difference with that. Promise you, the Marvel Rivals community will feel so much better, I think, in that case. There's a lot of bad apples out there, but doesn't mean the whole tree is bad. Just keep that in mind. Now, I did want to announce something to you guys. Some news, but it's more so for the channel. So sorry if the video ended up being some clickbait, but you'll see what I mean. The thing is, I wanted to announce to you guys that I wanted to start doing something new with the channel, and hopefully, if some of you are action figure collectors, maybe you guys would appreciate it and would like to show more support for it. But what I wanted to start doing was adding more action figure reviews to the channel. And the reason being is because, like, dude, don't get me wrong, I do like Marvel Rivals. I love uploading content for it because that's all I've really been playing. But I want to start uploading a lot of stuff that I personally like. And hopefully the more I do me, I'll start finding my own crowd. You know, like, I do appreciate the support of you guys watching my videos, taking the time out of your day to, like, see what I have to say and whatnot. So hopefully I can branch out to even more of you guys with the figure collecting, and I wanted to be able to talk about gaming and figures, dude, because that's what I love, and I would love to find my community within that. So that's really about it for today. You know, I could go on and on about like the Marvel Rivals, but dude, I honestly think they're doing fine. I just wanted to talk more about like how I felt about the community so far in this season. Maybe on the next season I'll start talking a little bit more about the game. Hopefully stuff gets better. But I think right now the devs are doing a great job with adding characters. Again, take this to consideration. No character in this game is bad. You just got to know how to use them. If you feel like they're bad, sorry, bro. It's a skill issue at that point. I can't help you there. I have my moments too, bro. Again, I can have games where I went 0-8 with Wolverine, so I swapped. But then I had games where I went 46 and like 2 with Wolverine. So it really just depends, dude. So please stay adaptable, guys. And again, I wanted to let you guys know about the action figure collecting because I will start uploading. And the first figure review that I have currently, it might be a little shitty quality, so please forgive me. I didn't have the tech to kind of really do like a good edit. My computer was kind of being silly with that, but I'm going to try to figure some stuff out. Hopefully I can get a good editing in for the video, but I just wanted to let you guys know the figure that I am reviewing is a very controversial one, and it is related to Marvel still. I won't say anything yet, but I'll get to that in the next video when I upload, okay guys? Appreciate y'all. Love you. Again, thanks for your time, for supporting me. It will hopefully one day get me closer to reaching my goals, and maybe this will get a full-time job. So, love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video, okay?